Starting things out inside of Lightbox, go ahead and double click the default project and click no to saving any current changes. And on screen I have some reference for some mushroom images here. And with a nice large move brush, I'm just pushing the underside up, and from a side view just tweaking the shape of a mushroom cap here. Alright, now we do have symmetry on our x-axis, taking advantage of that as we shape things out here from various camera angles. And as you begin your journey into the world of sculpting, this will become normal to you, moving from many different angles and altering your mesh as you go. Back on the underside now, just pushing and pulling with that move brush. Now in the geometry subpalette, I'm just going to hit divide in order to add a bit more resolution, and continue to use the Alt key with that move brush. I'm going to go ahead and now we have the ability to add radial symmetry to our model in our transform menu. Right underneath these options is the R, which is for radial. If you enable that, you'll see a spiraling of radial dots, but it's not aligned to our model the way we need. So let's change our axis, turn off X and turn on Y, and that is the right axis for our radial symmetry. So now with that damn standard brush, I'm just sculpting the underside of the mushroom, just trying to get that very fine pattern that's on the underside of mushrooms. I believe they're called the gills. And I'm just making strokes from the center on out and back, just trying to add a decent amount of contrast with the pen pressure on my tablet. Okay, and this is a very fast way to establish this kind of detail. You could leave symmetry off and do all these by hand, or not by hand but individually. Okay, let's go back to the transform menu and just turn off radial symmetry and back with X symmetry. A nice large move brush. Actually, let's go ahead and turn off symmetry altogether and just add a bit of irregularity to our mushroom cap. I'm going to tweak my brush size with a clay brush, up my Z intensity, and start to sculpt out some of these bumps that are on the mushroom cap, possibly fungus related. Now this mushroom on the top that we're referencing is actually poisonous, so if you actually do see it, don't touch it. Now with the IMM primitive brush, I'm going to select a cylinder and go to the top, just trying to find a flat place to insert it. And ZBrush is giving me a message saying that I need to get rid of my subdivision levels. And now we can draw in that cylinder. Okay, I'm just going to zoom out and activate my Gizmo 3D, pressing the Y key. Center it and placing the stem in location. Make sure to check from multiple angles to place it. And clear our mask. And now that we got that, I want to insert a sphere down here. And I'm going to use this to create a would-be base for our mushrooms. So with a nice medium to large move brush, I'm just stretching this along the way, changing my camera angles and just stretching this out like so. And I'll hit it with a little bit of smoothing, holding the shift key there, and back to just trying to shape this up. And I'm just embracing the whole organic vibe of it all. Just imagine it being a lump of dirt that we probably put out the ground with some mushrooms attached. Now activate your Gizmo 3D, hold Control, click and drag, and you can unmask solid pieces of geometry in your model. This is called topological masking in ZBrush. With the Inflate brush, just inflating the top and bottom portions of the stem here, just to add a bit more variety and look a little bit more interesting, similar to our reference as well. And now I'm going to perform a subdivide only on the unmasked portions of our model here. Subdivide twice, and this is a tip for just subdividing areas you want. And holding shift key, I'm just smoothing out that faceted look, which is a result of masking unmasked portions instead of the entire model or models. Alright, just about done with that part. Now I want to create a few more stems to create our group of 3 here. So I'm going to go ahead and use a Gizmo 3D, hold Control, click and drag to unmask the stem. Now hold Control, click and drag on any of the white corners to duplicate. Now I'm just scaling down this duplicate stem and placing it like so. Just getting it into position. Alright. And now with my move brush, I'm just gonna continue to manipulate, add a bit of interest to the stem. And later on we'll get some caps to add to these stems. Just duplicated the original once again. And we're going to perform a different set of manipulations to add some character to this stem here. I started out with scaling it upwards and moving it towards the middle. And now with the pinch brush, I'm just squeezing in the middle section, making it look a little bit more elongated. Alright. And now with a nice large move brush, I'm just adding a few shifts here. And from this angle a little bit as well. Just adding a bit of interest. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and clear my mask. And next we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the cap here. Control, click, drag, and place one up here. I just centered my Gizmo 3D. Alt click on the spiral to reset your transforms. And now I'm just placing this cap like so. Alright, Control, click and drag to unmask the original. And Control, click and drag to duplicate. And I'm going to make this one smaller and place it on the small stem. Just making sure to rotate my camera and see where we are. Just placing my Gizmo 3D again, and I'm going to squish it down using that green scale icon and tilting it a bit from this angle. Trying to give it a whole different look here. Now with the move brush, we're going to add a bit of irregularity. Give it its own personality. Like so. Okay. Let's go ahead and unmask this cap. And I'm going to perform some edits on it as well. I'm going to squash it in using that red scale rectangle there. And the blue from this angle. Create more of a bell shape. Now with the move brush, I'm just kind of pushing and pulling all the way around, adding more irregularity, and just continue to work this as much as you want here. Okay, I'm going to unmask the base here and continue to edit that. Pull it out. Make sure it encapsulates our little scene here. And pull it up. Alright. Pretty happy with that. Now let's go ahead and unmask everything and continue to make nudges. Nudges is a very big part of sculpting. Okay. And now with the damn standard brush, I'm just sculpting a sort of tree trunk pattern here. Kind of deviating from the typical stem pattern. Now instead of working unobstructed from other parts of your model, you can solve this by using your selection tool by just clicking after activating and clicking again to unhide the other portion. Now this is related to polygroups actually, and we'll talk more about polygroups in a future video. But for now, just know using your selection tools to click on portions of your mesh will hide different portions. Okay, just took some time to spread this pattern down these stems here. No real rhyme or reason, I'm just drawing strokes and having them interconnect with each other. Okay, you can always spend as much time as you like refining your stems. I'm just about done with these here. A little bit of smooth brush in there as well. And continue to restroke some of these in areas, maybe with a little bit more pressure, just trying to increase the contrast of these visuals here. Even up into the cap, like so. Okay. A little bit more in here. And now I'm going to unmask this stem here. And with the move brush, I'm just going to continue to edit it. So even with our trunk design sculpted in there, we can continue to play with the shape here. Alright. So a little bit more sculpting here, and we're just about done with our little project here, and we only used a handful of brushes. Now I'll disable perspective, and I'm going to use a clip brush to clip the base here, get it nice and flat, which is the main reason of turning off perspective. Works more accurately with it off. Now continue to make as many changes as you want on your mushrooms, but that does conclude this clip. In the next, we will work on matte caps and poly paint. See you there.